Hello and welcome to Party Select, where two dudes and a guy who's their friend talk about the best thing there is, video games. My name is Shay. I will be your host for this episode. I'm joined, as always, by my dude Cody. What's up, bro?
I'm in another room.
In another room. Your lighting is different.
Yeah, it is. It's very ominous.
You have a harsh Draculan shadow behind you.
I was gonna make a
like
joke
Darth
about
Vader.
the shadow.
Yeah. And Kyle, go ahead and make your joke about the shadow.
It's me. I'm the shadow.
Ah. The Hedgehog.
Oh.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Too soon, Shay. Too soon.
It's good for our search results if you mention Sonic in the first 30 seconds of your YouTube video. I've been doing some research on how to gain more subscribers. Yeah, the algo loves Sonic because gamers love Sonic.
Well, yeah, most people are stupid, so that does make sense.
There was an audible roar of cheers at Summer Game Fest when they had that Sonic thing. So
disgusting
Sonic, still pretty popular. Still pretty
disgusting
popular.
Baby.
Yeah. So a week or so ago, we did a not so much predictions episode for Summer Game Fest, but sort of a like looking ahead to Summer Game Fest, some stuff we knew was going to be there, some stuff that maybe we predicted, but mostly like hoped, stuff we wanted to be there. Most of that didn't happen.
It was a hardcore divination, and we got everything correct.
We were manifesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Everything people saw, we predicted and manifested ahead of time. Don't go check the footage. There's no need.
You don't need to go watch the video. I won't link it in the top of this YouTube video for you to go watch. But we did get a couple of things that we expected would be there and were.
When it's dudes that do predictions, it's definitely manifesting, right?
Yes.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Bro-festing. We were
bro-fisting.
We were bro-fisting. Nailed it. You got it.
I'd rather talk about Sonic. I'd rather.
So
what's the difference?
Was that episode.
What's
now,
the difference?
It's after Summer Game Fest. And so we can talk about the stuff that they did show. So we're going to start just kind of going presser by presser. Sony, Summer Game Fest showcase, Xbox showcase, Nintendo Direct, and then a couple of other things that were like PC gaming show, future game show, etc. that jumped out. We don't need to cover those in great detail. But yeah, just highlighting things that we care about that you probably care about. And then we'll kind of wrap up with some maybe like, not like game of the show. I feel like that's really only applicable for critics that get to actually play stuff, but like maybe things you're most excited about or most surprised by. So starting with the Sony State of Play, as we expected, they started with Wolverine. We got a pretty big chunk, 7 to 10 minutes of gameplay for Wolverine. I will say the gameplay looked real. The UI did not look real. I hope the UI isn't real because the UI I thought was bad. Very placeholder looking. But we got a good sense for the freneticness of the combat, certainly the gore of the combat. We got confirmation that Jean Grey is going to be in the game. So yeah, what do y'all think? I know, Cody, you were pretty hyped about Wolverine going into this. Kyle, you significantly less so.
Yeah.
So did this change your opinions at all in looking at Wolverine?
Not me.
It didn't need to be changed.
No, right. I wasn't looking for it to be.
I assumed it was going to be more like an open world game and like open world superhero game. Just shoot me in the face. There are 5 million of them and none of them are good. I am more interested in it knowing that it's more of like a linear mission structure. But I probably still not going to get it.
Okay. I was not surprised, but like relieved to see how bloody it was, that they are leaning into that, because you can't do Wolverine unless it's you're stabbing dudes in the face and ripping arms off. That's the character.
Yeah.
So I was glad to see that was happening. I thought the combat looked fun. It looked fast, not like Spider-Man necessarily, but maybe inspired by that fast-paced combat. I'm also glad to hear that it's more of a linear game, because I don't think everything needs to be an open world. But yeah,
I liked all
I
the
mean,
destruction, like, to him. Like, he'd get those huge holes in him. You could kind of, like, see the
Right.
adamantium skeleton underneath. And then those would close up, and then, like, the holes in his clothes would stay. I thought a lot of those, like, little tech touches were fun.
a lot of the
blood
there
goes
was some-
away way
yeah.
too fast.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was a lot of criticism about the blood going way too fast and some criticism about his suit repairing itself at times. But it's also like, if it didn't, he'd be naked by the end of every fight. Like,
Which, I
Like,
mean,
yeah, give the people what they want.
I'm sure that's what plenty of people want. The same people mad about Lao Fei existing want Logan to be naked in every fight. Maybe there's some correlatives there. But yeah, I really liked the combat. I'm excited for it. I don't know. I'm not like over the moon hyped, which I'm kind of surprised by, considering how much I love the Spider-Man games. But should be fun. What else from the show? Maybe
Resident
we'll
Evil
open
Veronica.
it up and
yeah.
Codename Veronica. Okay, you guys can talk about that. You know, I don't care about that.
Yeah, so I called it almost immediately. Like, before the door even opened, I was like, this looks like a Resident Evil Engine game. This is...
Yeah.
But I thought it was Resident Evil 9 DLC. And then when the old lady mentions the Boulder thing with Chris, I was like, okay, maybe is this the RE5 remake? And it's like tonally very different.
Because then they even show the REV.
Right. And so what I don't know is this, and maybe they've come out and said no, but is this like some sort of a mishmash of Code Veronica and 5? Because I don't think they know what to do with 5 because of how racist it is. So I could, like, I don't know if like the Boulder joke was just there to like clue people in to the fact that, because like Chris Redfield is in Code Veronica, so I don't know if it was just like a further cluing people into what it was, or if the Boulder joke was a play at the fact that it's both things. I don't know, because like it was just weird. Like the REV is V is a 5 Roman numeral. They've used Roman numerals in their titles before.
And they like to do the thing where part of the subtitle is the number of the game.
Right.
So
like maybe it is both in a weird way, which I would be sad about, because I would like to see them make a co-op one of these games. And maybe this one is co-op. Maybe that's a twist. Is like it's Code Veronica but with co-op. I don't know, man. I would be sad not to see Sheva again. Sheva's a cool lady.
Is Code Veronica well regarded?
No,
because I know a lot of the offshoot games are not.
No. Code Veronica is sort of a cult classic amongst the franchise. Is deeply flawed. But I think people like the story, but a lot of the places where it falls flat are in the gameplay arena. So I don't know.
So this certainly seems like a good opportunity to fix that. They've
Right.
not shied away from totally changing the combat models of these games as they've been remaking them. So
yeah, I'm pumped for that.
Yeah, that was a big one.
One of my most hype moments was the Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster getting a date for October 1st.
Sure.
I'm super excited about that. Those games are bad, but I love them and they are great. And I'm excited to see if they will reduce the pop-in with the greater technology, or if they will just add more enemies and keep the amount of pop-in. Yeah.
Make the pop-in a mechanic.
Right.
Instead of a pickup that refills your Muso meter, a pickup that reduces pop-in temporarily.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Cody? We'll save the show closer for last, but what else jumped out for you?
A couple of things that had already been announced, but we just got some more info for and dates for. Onimusha and Control Resonant were both shown at this. Those games still look great. I'm more excited for Onimusha than Control. I'll still play Control, but both of those still impressed. And I think both. I don't know if Control had a date before this. I don't think it did.
It did not.
I think it got it. They think both of those got release dates, which is which
They're
is
coming
good.
out one after the other. September 24th
Yes.
for Control and the 25th for Onimusha.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you. I think I'm more excited for Onimusha just because I like it feeling like it feels like a throwback in a lot of ways, and I'm
there's a
very
demo
into
for
that.
it. They announced a demo for
Right?
it as
Oh
well.
yeah,
That's out.
I keep meaning to play that. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Yeah, the Control Resonant stuff. I feel like they showed a little bit more story this time than they have in the past, and they showed like Jesse with Daniel, whatever the main dude character is.
Dylan.
And so Dylan. I was in the ballpark. I'm interested to see where the story goes and the change of protagonist. I'm finding myself like not as into the combat.
Yeah.
I really loved the Control combat and the mix of the mobility with the guns and it was so cool. And not that this, I'm sure it'll have some stuff and it'll have some sauce, but it feels because it's more
Maybe it
melee
doesn't
oriented.
show well.
Yeah,
Maybe it just doesn't show well.
I would rather pew pew than swish swish. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Right. I think I'm generally with you on that. If given the option, I usually choose guns over melee in a game.
Yeah.
Also want to call out Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, which is the remake of the first Tomb Raider game. That is not coming out until next year. You'll if you weren't paying attention to the release dates announced, dear viewer, you will notice a pattern of everything is coming out in September, October. Everything is coming out in September, October. Everyone is fucking terrified of Grand Theft Auto 6. It is crazy to me how terrified everyone is of Grand Theft Auto 6.
It's a larger discussion.
Yeah, some of these games are going to get delayed.
You think?
Yeah,
just
they have to, dude.
Because now September is a problem.
There's just too much. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and people with a budget of 2 to 3 games a month are going to have to choose, and then there's games that aren't being bought because of that. And
some stuff's hitting November. I'm calling it now.
I would prefer that because ain't no one got time to play everything.
Control needs to slip to November.
Well, I don't know, but like if their forecasting model, whatever, if they're planning on a big surge before the holiday, like who knows? Because Alan Wake 2 didn't do that well. Certainly FBC Firebreak did not do well at all. They might need this to be a hit, and I don't know that releasing alongside GTA would help.
Yeah, maybe move up. But yeah, I mean, Alan Wake 2 didn't do that well because it was an Epic Store exclusive, and that really shot them in the foot. I mean, that's the only way that game got made. It had no physical. That
Eventually,
it was the only way. Yeah, it was the only way that game got made, so it's kind of like a necessity. But it really hamstrung it. So I don't know. I'm worried about Control Resonant and Remedy in general. What's another one that?
But anyway, we could probably come back to the full picture of September and October, and because it's going to be insane. But I mainly bring that up because Tomb Raider was one of the only games to get a firm release date in 2027. There was plenty of 2027s, but this is one of the rare ones that actually got a date early in the year, which I thought was interesting. I think it looks great. Like I love it. That game is corny as hell with the dinosaurs and shit. It's super dumb, and I hope they lean into that. But I'm a huge fan of the Tomb Raider genre of game. Not so much the original Tomb Raider games because they control horribly, but the mixture of third-person shooting, puzzle-solving, exploration, the Uncharted formula. That's one of my favorite mini genres. So I'm very hyped for that one.
I'm sorry, when I brought up Resident Evil Veronica, I was looking at the wrong column. I was looking at my Summer Game Fest column. We're talking about Sony right now.
Oh, right? Well, I didn't have that one highlighted anyway, so I wouldn't have known any difference.
Oops.
That was not a highlighted game for me.
Yeah. Silent Hill Townfall was there. I don't need to see any more of that game, but it did get a release date, I think, which is September 24th. Yep. Kind of falling in the trap of everyone else. But I'm excited for that one. I think that one looks really good.
I want to shout out Ace Combat Wings of Thieves coming out on October 2nd. It's not, I can't imagine I'm going to make the time to play it, but I really liked what they showed, and I really liked the corny, over-the-top storytelling.
Yeah.
It was very cringe in a way that I can appreciate, so I liked that. Also, I made the comment that Wings of Thieves sounds like a Star Wars Legacy Canon X-Wing Rogue Squadron novel subtitle, and I liked that too. Wedge Antilles and the Wings of Thief. Like I want to read that book.
Rayman Legends Retold was announced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that looks like a nice return, like art, stylistically and artistically. I really like the direction they went. I think it looks like the environments look really beautiful, and that's coming out the first. And then one other quick small one I want to shout out. Such a weird one for not only in general, but especially at the showcase. The Stuntman Hollywood game. Like what a weird, like early 2000s niche sort of game to come out nowadays. But you know, it put a smile on my face to see something like that. I don't know that I'll necessarily play it or be all that interested, but it's nice to know that these kind of games are still being made.
Yeah. It was a good trailer too, because it like piques your interest. Because the first car was like the car from Fast and Furious, and then they showed another one that I didn't recognize, and then it was like the Knight Rider car. And I was like, what's going on here? Like I recognize the stuff that's happening, and then they showed the one from the that Mel Gibson. It's like Thunderdome. I think it was the
the Mad Max.
What's that franchise? I think the Mad Max car. And then they the DeLorean and stuff, and it was like, what the hell is this? So yeah, I'm also glad that they're making those dumb games. One thing I do want to call out, the season 2 of Marathon is live now, mostly because of everything that's going on with Bungie and them essentially shutting down Destiny 2, no plans to work on Destiny 3, putting all their eggs in the Marathon basket. I'm really curious to see how that works out. I know they're doing more PvE stuff. They're doing more like high difficulty stuff to try to give more variety to bring hopefully more people in. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm really curious to see how that pans out because I don't want Bungie to shut down.
So on the day, what day was that? It was one of the days I was at Kyle's house for all the events. Might have been the day I got there. It was the day that season 2 started. Destiny 2, game that's going offline, had as many active players, if not maybe even slightly more, than Marathon, who just had a new season begin.
That's not surprising. I don't think Marathon ever crossed Destiny 2 in terms of active players. Even when it launched, I believe there were still more active
players. One of those
on
games is continuing development, and the other is being shut down.
Yep.
Yeah. Will be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Anything else before we talk about the big hitter there?
I don't even remember how it ended. Because I guess I didn't write it down.
2.
So I was going to bring that up. I'm surprised it seems like no one cares about that. Like that should be a bigger deal than I think it is. Until Dawn had a pretty big zeitgeist, in its time.
Yeah, but then like the Dark Pictures game.
Sure.
We've been getting a Dark Pictures game like every year and a half,
and they've been bad.
Then. And they've not been good.
This isn't even those folks making this,
right?
Yeah, right.
Which is maybe a good thing,
massive.
But also, what I saw didn't look all that good.
No, good cast. They've got the dude from Stranger Things and Power Rangers in it.
I don't know.
I recognize a couple of the other actors that I liked, but yeah, it's no date for that one coming out next year. Right. So
yeah,
I wonder if they'll drop that randomly in the summer the way they did Until Dawn.
Yeah, maybe. They showed actual video game parts of Ill instead of just like a weird tone piece trailer. That looks kind of rad. Like it's. I feel like they're using AI voices. I got that sense. Like the voice acting just didn't feel like it was coming from a human mouth. Which that would be a bummer.
That was kind of the case in Atomic Heart, though, too.
And yeah, there's some weirdness. Yeah, maybe it's just like
that could just be a language barrier problem.
Developed by Team Clout, as a reminder.
Yes, Team Clout.
Hell yeah, bro.
Ill looks sick.
It looks ill, some would say.
Yes. And then the Last Wild, the dinosaur thing. That's not that
everyone thought game. Was Jurassic Park.
Yeah, we thought it was that Jurassic
That's
Park
just
game.
like the same fucking thing, which is weird.
Yeah.
There's also that.
Yeah.
So maybe one of those two games will be good. Maybe they'll both be bad.
A game I'm pretty confident will be good to close us out on the Sony State of Play is God of War Lao Fei.
Oh, that's how it ended, right? Okay.
The new God of War. They showed a big chunk of that. I mean, it's hard to know what's real gameplay and what's not. It certainly was presented as if it was real gameplay. They're still doing the oneer thing.
Yeah.
But this game, as we sort of predicted and talked about, had been rumored, focuses on Faye. I always want to say Freya. Faye, Kratos' second dead wife, in her afterlife, like the afterlife of the gods. I saw some theorizing and maybe confirmation that we saw Mongolian gods. We saw some Egyptian gods, and maybe the big thing was like a sphinx. The big sort of lion, six-legged lion creature was a sphinx. So it seems like they're mishmashing some different mythologies, which is a cool idea.
Yeah.
The combat, taken as it is, looks way more fluid and fast than the recent God of War games, which I think is fun. Like, it should feel different than Kratos for sure. They gave her own sort of blades of chaos with the way she uses the sword with the ribbons and stuff. A lot of talk about Jack Quaid, the voice of Frank the Cube, with maybe some like millennial cringe Joss Whedon-esque dialogue. I'm willing to withhold judgment considering we saw 10 minutes of it. But yeah. Kyle, I know you don't care about God of War. Cody, where are you on it?
Oh, I'm there day one.
Yeah,
And
I'm all in.
We got it coming soon. So from what I've gathered and read, this game is ready to go. They're trying to not pull away from Wolverine, and this should be out early next year.
Interesting.
Like on PlayStation, it doesn't even say like usually when a game is like a year or further or unknown out, it doesn't even give anything. It doesn't give any information. It says coming soon on.
Oh, like on the PlayStation Store it does?
Yes.
Interesting.
This game,
I was going to say, at the press conference, they didn't even put a 2027 on there. They didn't show anything.
And I think there's a reason for that. Schreier even said this game is coming out a lot sooner than you think. So
dope.
Sounds like that could be early 27, maybe announced shortly after Wolverine comes out.
That makes sense. Because I hear that. I'm like, well, why wouldn't they give us a date? But if they want to not take away from Wolverine, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Because they're both the games that Sony makes. Third person action games.
Right.
Yeah. So that was the Sony State of Play. How did we feel about it overall?
Pretty good, I thought.
I think so too.
I know
now
that
it's
I
hard
remember
for you, Kyle, with
Veronica's not there. There's not a whole lot.
Yeah, even worse. It's tough, Kyle. I know for you because the bookends, Wolverine and Lao Fei, are not games that you care about, so you probably are way more tepid than Cody and I are.
Yeah. And like Onimusha was like everywhere at everything.
A lot of games were, and that's disappointing. Doesn't make their appearances at any one place feel special or exciting.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about that so much. It does feel weird to see them multiple times when it's more so like this spot could have been taken by something else because we already saw this. But also like for Onimusha or Control was shown multiple places. It's like those games probably need more press because they're not top tier. Everybody's hyped about them.
Right.
And I want them to succeed, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, it's not like Sony gets credit for showing Onimusha, you know? It's not the E3 days of old with the exclusive marketing stuff. Yeah, overall, I was more than just whelmed because I think Wolverine and Lao Fei look really good. And if Lao Fei is coming in 6 to 9 months, count me in.
Yeah.
Summer Game Fest.
Resident Evil Veronica.
This was a long press conference. Yeah, they opened the show with Resident Evil Veronica. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
I would have noticed that had I looked ahead in my doc. I didn't.
And as it went on, it felt a lot longer. I think, Kyle, you said after we watched it, the first 10 minutes felt like 2 minutes, and the last hour and 50 felt like 3 hours.
Right. Yep. It's the middle Hoyo block, man. It just it's a fucking stunner to the side of the head, man. Like,
and just some like weird, like just for fun's sake, looking at sort of the middle section, they announced DLC for Mafia: The Old Country.
Crazy.
Who the fuck is gonna play that?
Crazy.
1666 Amsterdam, which I don't even remember what the hell that was.
So it's made by some folks who worked on Assassin's Creed, and it's like an open world Assassin's Creed game, but it's like Salem Witch Trials type era, where like
that's why
the witches are actually witches.
Yeah, they didn't.
They showed
that,
flashes.
Like, it was a tone thing.
Yeah, they showed flashes of like some of the open world gameplay, some of the procedural stuff. I think it's still pretty early, is why
it felt confusing.
Yeah,
they showed Saw Genesis, a Saw game, Lords of the Fallen 2.
The little Saw puppet was in the front row in the opening shot.
Sure was.
And then he came out and in
there was Bavma DLC for 007, which like I'll play because I like that game, but boy howdy, go listen to our 007 First Light game select. I will link that also. We had opinions about Bavma and Lenny Kravitz and his performance.
Yeah, don't you dare say
Kenny. But yeah, that middle section was a little bit of a slog. But going back to the beginning, I think not caring about it personally, but getting confirmation that Alien Isolation 2 is being made. Yeah. I know a lot of people are very happy about that, and I'm happy for them.
Outdoor areas. I personally
am very happy about, that looks sick. When they first showed it, it was like it was a vehicle or a gun where I was like, that looks like Alien, but we're like in the woods, so it can't be. And yeah, I think it's a cool idea to do it that way.
Like stalking on the outside. It's cool.
I want to shout out Jen Atlas, which was from the Team Eco folks, or the creator of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. I had been previously like Project Robot or Robot Game or something. It looks wild.
I noticed how you didn't list Last Guardian as one of his games.
I didn't list Last Guardian. I haven't played Last Guardian because I don't feel like I need to play The Last Guardian. It took that game like a decade to come out. Of course it was bad. Come on.
Yeah.
Jen Atlas looked a little bit like Robot Shadow of the Colossus, which is fine.
Yeah, but like also it looks like at times you are controlling a Colossus.
Right.
Against another Colossus. Yeah. Yes. The frame rate was not so good.
No.
But it was a trailer, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
And that one might not be coming out for another 2 to 3 years.
2 years. Yeah.
I would just backtracking a couple announcements. There was 2 new Cuphead announcements. There's a brand new hand-drawn game in development, which they didn't show. They just talked about. But then they're also doing Mighty Cuphead Adventure, which is it's like a retro sprite-based 8-bit style platformer.
Yeah. And it's actually being developed for in the tool that they use to develop Master System games. And so people are thinking there's going to be like an actual physical Genesis cartridge. Like you can play it on a Genesis, which I would pop so fucking hard for. Of course, because I'm a sicko. That sounds awesome.
That does. That sounds cool.
People should make new games for old consoles. That's my opinion.
We saw more Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. We're all excited about that. They showed some more Control Resonant there. They showed a little bit more of Star Wars Galactic Racer, which is coming out in October. I'm like, I think I might get that just because I love.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Love Star Wars. I don't care about racing games, but I think I'm gonna get it.
It's made by the Burnout people, so it's got like, and what they showed had a lot more like the Burnout Crash cam stuff in it, which is cool.
I believe it might just be my fanboy memory, but I think they also showed like Ben Quadranaros in the trailer, and he's like the dude. He's like the pod racer, bro. He would have won. He would have beaten Anakin.
Go Ben. Go Ben.
Yeah. What else? What else?
Can we talk about a weird one that hasn't been received very well? With the inclusion of Tupac and Snoop Dogg in the new RGG game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. Nothing about that is good. No one is excited for that. Everyone sees it as a problem. And here's the thing. RGG has made games that people love on their own
Yes.
because they're so different and unique. They've never needed something like this. So to do something like this just feels awful. And
They literally looked up the schematics to build a bomb, built a bomb, and it blew up, and they said, how come this blew up? It's like, you built it and exploded it.
This is Stranger Than Heaven, that
Yes.
for viewers that we're talking about, the new RGG game that has had a lot of excitement because it's not like a Dragon or Yakuza. It's a new thing. And it's got Tupac's estate signing off for his likeness to be used, and it has
and then like Snoop was out there talking about
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop was on the stage talking about how we worked closely with Tupac's estate to make sure this could happen, as if that makes it okay. And it turns out, like, and a lot of people are like, oh, okay, that's like Tupac's estate, it's their decision, whatever. But it turns out Tupac's estate is run by some corpo fucking shit-ass thug, and Tupac's family is trying to sue them to get the rights to the estate back, and it's a whole big, disgusting mess. So when Snoop says we worked closely with his estate, he worked closely with a company who was doing it in potential defiance of the family's wishes, which is...
That sucks. I didn't know that part.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
Pretty cool shit, huh?
Corporations are awesome. Exciting announcement, or one I am at least interested in, was Hex. Also looks like it's pronounced Hakes. Yeah. Made by former Division devs, and there was enough there that it has me at least interested.
Yeah, none of it's gameplay. It's all CG pre-render keyframe bullshit. But the concept is interesting, right? Co-op, you have your little Rubik's cubes that speak like underwater abyssal. And then you use those to solve puzzles and also like regenerate the world procedurally. I don't know. It seems kind of neat. I'm interested to find out more.
I want to know what kind of game it is. Like, is it a PvE extraction game? Is it an MMO like? Yeah, that I need to know more
as a hook trailer, it worked. Like I will be on the lookout for it now.
I agree. I have to shout out The Last Ronin. I feel like people, when this happened, people were like, who cares? Like, this has already been announced. So to give some backstory, The Last Ronin was originally going to be made through THQ. The studio that was making The Last Ronin was shut down, and that game was canceled.
Yeah.
That game doesn't exist. It's done. Now, Platinum is making The Last Ronin. I don't know the behind the scenes. Maybe that's come out and I haven't seen the news about it, like how that IP changed hands. But Platinum is now making a Last Ronin game that has no correlation to the game that's been canceled. Theoretically, it's still the same story of the final turtle, who I don't want to spoil if you haven't read the comic, but it's post-apocalypse. Only one of the four brothers is left alive, and he uses all of the tools and all of the weapons, which is just like perfect for gameplay perspective. Like that just sounds dope. I'm thinking of like Ghost of Yotei, of swapping weapons, and that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And Platinum is making it. They've been very up and down the last several years, but when Platinum's on their game, they still make really good combat sandboxes. So this is worth being really hyped about, in my opinion. This game's probably coming out in 2029.
Yeah.
But I'm excited that it still exists.
Do you think you'll be able to do a shell spin?
I do.
Like you get the size out and do a shell spin on your back and just like get all the legs out from all the enemies around you?
Yeah. I bet that you can.
I hope so.
You better be able to.
Platinum, if you're watching.
Just a quick one, not worthy of a discussion, but one of the games they showed, I think it was just after TMNT, was a Gundam game, and the CG cutscene that was happening looked really cool.
Looked awesome.
Like
I was like, holy shit, am I excited for a Gundam game?
Might play a Gundam game.
Until you know
this looks fucking rad.
No, even when we knew it was Gundam, it still looked good.
Because like the big robot fell in the helmet, it was like, oh, this is Gundam. Like, fuck yeah. Like Cody and I were joking, like, this is what was in our imaginations when we were playing with those tiny little Gundams. Like, this looks fucking awesome.
Yes. And then they showed the gameplay, and it was,
it did not look like that.
No.
It was bad.
That's bad. That's bad.
I want to shout out Crossfire.
Yeah.
Which I think looks interesting.
Yeah.
And it's, a mix of third person and first person shooter. It looks like it would be co-op to me. It's 2 characters.
I don't think it is.
I don't feel like they
It's
actually
not.
said that though.
I think they said it's not, like in an interview. It's not.
Yeah, but it looks really interesting.
It has that procedural movement system where like your stance will adapt to the height of the cover that you're behind and stuff, and enemies' vision is based around actual sight lines. All that looks really, really cool. The story, I don't know much of what they showed. It felt like kind of nonsense, but like if the game is tight, I don't really give a shit.
So this is in the same IP as like Crossfire, like the Korean Call of Duty.
That makes like $1 billion a year. Yeah.
Yes.
It's in that same franchise. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, because I know That's No Moon, the studio making it, they have come in and out of the collective gaming stuff because they've had a couple of games that like never ended up getting made. It's like a bunch of former Infinity Ward people and Naughty Dog people. I was trying to look up quickly to see what other stuff they had made because I couldn't remember. But I feel like they had a game that was announced that looks really cool that got canceled. I feel like it was a Star Wars game because that was the origination of the studio, and that's why the studio is named that. I'm pretty sure it was a Star Wars game. It wasn't 1313, but it was another one.
No, because that was an Amy Hennig one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
that looked really cool. I saw a bunch of people in the Giant Bomb community clowning on it, and I was like, that looks like my video game. So
yeah, it looks cool.
Y'all can have your Final Fantasy bullshit, like new Final Fantasy bullshit. I will fucking take this cool third-person shooter with movement tech. Like I said, pew pews, no swish swish. Speaking of no swish swish, Stellar Blade, Blood Rain.
Forgot.
So you play as a highly sexualized woman who looks like a 14-year-old. Not great. The combat looks fucking rad, though.
The combat in Stellar Blade is awesome. It's just everything else about that game. It's
this
like
is
I
like
literally
it's fist weapons.
Graphically, I think
it looks fucking
cool,
it
looks really
dude.
cool. Yeah.
Fuck.
Stellar Blade was a great game that was bogged down by horrendous storytelling, boring ass fucking characters, terrible environment design that's like knockoff Dark Souls bullshit, and the worst aspect of it, all of the gooner bait cringe shit. And this is like, they might be able to improve everything else. They might be able to improve their storytelling and their environment design and all that stuff. I'm sure it will have best-in-class combat because Stellar Blade did. But the thing we know they aren't going to fix is the like basement neckbeard ass weeb fucking loser sweaty bitch never touched a woman in my life cringe.
Talking about me?
No, God, no. You're married.
I did not play Stellar Blade. Seeing how cool that combat, it kind of makes me want to try Stellar Blade a little bit.
I think you would like it. I
might.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I fucking would, bro. Yeah.
Did you like Nier Automata?
I did.
So this doesn't have nearly as much variety going on in terms of like the type of gameplay because it doesn't have like a Gundam section and a side-scrolling shooter bullet hell stuff. But from the actual swordplay, I would say it's pretty similar. It's really fast-paced. There's a ton of variety and like creativity and like self-expression. What I didn't like about it and why I fell off was it felt like a boss rush in a lot of ways. And I just don't enjoy the like I have to die 15 times to beat every boss.
Right.
I'm old. I don't want to do that. But if you're okay with that, which I know you are because you like the Dark Souls FromSoft stuff, I think
but the boss fights in the Souls games are my least favorite part. Which is, I know, sounds insane, but they make really awesome worlds that are very fun to explore and tease the secrets out of. That's what I really
You're not going to get that out of Stellar Blade.
Right.
The Stellar Blade
if the combat is fun, maybe. I don't know. It's coming to Switch 2, Stellar Blade is. I think they announced that at the Direct, Nintendo thing. Maybe I pick it up and try it on Switch. Because I need an excuse to play my Switch 2 more. It could be fun in that respect. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying not to think about how many steps.
You're trying not to think
backwards.
about it, but you're trying to think about it.
Correct. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
You gotta wait to think about it until after we're done recording.
They gave us a
Google
date.
image search, safe search off.
Ooh. They give us a date and gameplay for Star Wars Zero Company, which looks fucking awesome.
Looks great.
And I am very excited about it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that. It is not my genre, but it's Star Wars, and I wanna if anything's gonna get me into it, it'll be that. I thought it'd be Mario and Rabbids, and so I bought that and never played it for like 6 years.
So it still could be.
It still could be. But it hasn't been.
Right.
Wolf Among Us 2. Looks awesome.
That's the lot before the closer. That was my last thing I wanted to call out.
Yeah,
we didn't see that much of it. Didn't get a
No.
date other than 2027. But
It's also nice remastered first one. That makes a lot of sense. I never played the first one. I think I watched you play some of it, Shay, on our
it's on my
PS3
YouTube channel.
probably. Oh yeah, on your YouTube channel.
That's what it would have been.
That sounds right. Yeah, I don't know. I could go for that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we want to do it?
One more. They showed some more gameplay
okay.
for End of Abyss. That sort of isometric horror shooter.
Oh yeah.
Where you're like
Yeah,
the
like
dude with
twin
the
stick
diving
shooter
bell
looking
on.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That game continues to look really, really cool.
It looks like Playdead. Are those the people that made Limbo and Inside?
It does look similar to like
it looks like a game that
they
they would make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That one looks cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only
That got a
trepidation
release
said
date,
because-
October 1st, in the spooky season, the beginning of the spooky season.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Revelation.
We probably don't need to talk about it.
This is where we're gonna get some dislikes on the video. None of us liked Rebirth. I loved Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I despised Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This goes back to what we were saying about Wolverine. Like, making a game open world doesn't just make it better. And for me, Rebirth, it made it significantly worse. I know, Kyle, you were more upset about the story stuff in that game. That didn't bother me as much. Of it. But sure. I just mean comparatively. Yeah. I wasn't bothered by the story stuff, and you definitely were.
Yeah, I just saw where it was going. So I stuck with it in the first one. I didn't like the combat, but I liked all of like seeing the environments and the characters and stuff, and the way they were interacting, and all that storytelling stuff was awesome. And then there were like a couple weird things, like there's these weird ghosts now. I don't know what the fuck's up with those. And then the end of the first one, I'm like, oh, they're doing this. Oh no, it's a Kingdom Hearts. Oh no. And then they just double and triple and quadruple down on it throughout the second one. Yeah. And then also it was open world. And then also they added more mechanics to the combat that was already too much for me. And I was just like, I fucking despise what they're doing to this thing. So I can't play any more of it. Yeah.
Here's what I'll say positively. It is impressive that they've put out 3 games of this scale in like 7 years. Like that's pretty awesome. Purely on just the scale of the games. I mean, it would be nice to see, game series be able to do that. I know it's a lot of work, and I know this guy probably hasn't slept in, a few days or months, weeks, years, whatever. But that's very impressive that they've put games of the quality, whether or not we like them, out the window. The fact that they've been able to make games like this, 3 games, in less than a decade, I think is a pretty good testament. The other thing is, I'm probably still going to play this.
Really?
Yeah, I want to see it through. I played the other 2. I might as well.
Did you? Oh, you finished Rebirth?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. I forgot.
I tried to platinum it, and then they had to do some fucking Chadley ass boss fight, and the boss literally one-shots you, and I just couldn't do it, and I gave up. But I beat it.
Well, don't worry, Cody. Chadley is going to have his own dedicated space on the ship that you drive around the game on. So Chadley will
Chadley
always
will
be with you
in Final Fantasy VII Revelation.
He will always be there.
Again, at a very base level, I am at least interested in the new job system they're adding here. Every job has a different outfit for each of them, which is, a fun little twist. Obviously, there's no white mage anymore. Spoilers for Final Fantasy VII, like a 40-year-old game, 30-year-old game. So they had to do something to allow you to have a healer on the team. And this is a
you
fun,
see
interesting
Tifa
way.
wearing her healer robes and some of the stuff in the trailer.
I will probably play it, but I won't like it.
I said in the chat when we were watching it that like it makes me want to go give Rebirth another chance. Not because I think that I'm going to enjoy it, but purely because I miss liking Final Fantasy. I loved Remake. I didn't like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I didn't get Final Fantasy 16 because I thought it looked fucking dog shit. I think I actually do own that. I think I got it for Christmas.
You got it for Christmas.
I hated Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, it's also bad.
I have a very soft spot for Final Fantasy 13, the first one. Final Fantasy 13-2 is one of the only games that I have ever skipped cutscenes in, and I skipped 13-3 entirely. So it's been a fucking minute since I've really loved a mainline Final Fantasy game.
For the record, 13 was 2010.
I know.
I didn't like 13 either, so I guess I haven't really liked one.
The story is terrible. I maintain it's the best combat system in any Final Fantasy game. The Paradigm system is the best combat system in any Final Fantasy game.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you love it.
Drop your comments below.
Little tease for later in the video. There might be, I don't know if you call it a mainline, but there might be a Final Fantasy game that was announced recently.
It's gonna have to be my mainline because like what they're doing with the numbers over there ain't working out.
Let's move on to Xbox.
Yeah. Do you want to just go over? There were a couple smaller things. Do you want to? Is there anything from any of those?
Yeah, we could do that.
Bring up
in the other category.
Combine them all.
Yeah.
Fields of Mystery, I got a 1.0 announcement, which is exciting. I know my wife has been looking forward to that. It's like a Stardew-like cutesy farm life sim game. That's been in early access, and it's getting a big 1.0 release in August.
Sarah Podzorski from MinMax works on that game. There's my trivia minute. Thank you.
I thought Sarah Podzorski was the name of a video game.
Yeah,
I was going to say, that's
so
a crazy name for a video game. Also a crazy name for a person, but I like it for a person.
Yeah.
Podzorski?
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything on the Saturday block, Kyle, that caught your eye?
I didn't write anything down. There was a bunch of stuff, but I didn't write anything.
The one I wrote down, which was only one I wrote down, was the Hitman trilogy.
Oh, sure.
Of Codename 47, Hitman 2, and Hitman Contracts coming next year. That was the only thing that I wrote down that looks cool. I'm sure there's plenty of indie stuff that I just didn't track that I will discover in the next week.
Hitman 1, 2, and Contracts, you said?
Yes.
It doesn't include Blood Money. Oh, that's a bummer.
That is a bummer. Why buy it then?
That's a bummer.
I don't know. I'm not making it.
I guess I don't know which thing this was at, but I don't have it written down anywhere else, so it must have been at one of those. The Sinking City 2. That's a huge surprise that they're even able to make that, because there was a bunch of like kerfuffle on the first Sinking City. Those who don't know, it's a Cthulhian mythos, third-person shooter, kind of B-tier horror game, smear quotes. More of like an atmosphere tone horror than like a horror like jump scare game. Kind of had like a little bit of a cult following, pun intended. But the publisher, I believe, did some fuckery and like they like did some weird shit where they like delisted it, and there was some bad shit going on with like the physical game distribution. The publisher majorly dropped the ball and like fucked over the development studio. And so the development studio, I want to say they like had to sue them to get the rights to distribute the game themselves, maybe. This was a long time ago, so I'm kind of pulling some of these details out of the cobwebs of my brain. But there was something similar to that happened. Like the fact that the studio's still around, they get to make a second one is a very cool thing. I never ended up playing the first one, but I have recently purchased a copy of it on the PlayStation 4, and I will be playing it before the second one comes out. They kickstarted the second one, which is how they kind of got to make it. And unfortunately, I think the only way to get a physical copy was if you had backed on Kickstarter, and I didn't know it was happening, so I didn't back it. So that's a bummer, but maybe I'll be able to find one secondhand or something. But yeah, Sinking City 2. I'm trying to think of, I'm looking at my list. I don't see anything else immediately jumping out at me. But there were plenty of other things going on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Xbox. They kicked their stuff off. I guess going into it, we knew Gears E-Day, Fable, and Call of Duty were going to be there, and those kind of bookended the show. So they started with Gears E-Day, a very interesting gameplay demo, I thought.
It was cool.
To do. I get why they did it, because they wanted to really differentiate it from typical Gears, where you're more just like a guy. I mean, you look like Joel from The Last of Us running around with a clicker apocalypse shooting stuff. Yeah, I thought it was a really cool demo. I was like pleasantly surprised. Pretty standard, I would say.
I don't want to be the guy on this one.
Then don't.
Okay.
All right. Moving on. Fable was next, right?
No, what?
It just looked like that could have been from any Gears game. It's not moving a needle at all. And I've always thought Gears is just fine. And nothing in it was like, all right, this is the Gears game. You know what I mean? It just felt like more of the exact same.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think the biggest thing is like it's been a while, and I know the whatever Gears 5 the reaction to that wasn't as strong. I think people carry a lot of water for Gears because it was many of our first experience or early experience with multiplayer in a similar way to Halo. Like the Gears multiplayer was like really big. The Horde mode.
They started the Horde mode.
It was like super innovative in its third-person cover shooting mechanics.
Yeah, some games prior to that,
1 and 2.
Winback had done cover shooting prior to that. I just recently streamed that, and that game fucking sucks. So like Gears was like some of the first people to like get it really, really right.
But I think that's why people love Gears, is more the memory of Gears than the reality of Gears. Because I totally agree with you that like nothing about this like blew me away, but I was like in for it.
Yeah,
like it's like a C+ experience, but it's a summer blockbuster. I'll watch The Gray Man on Netflix on a Friday night if I don't have anything else going on. Who gives a shit? Like, I'll play this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you and I won't be playing this, Shay, because Asha Sharma, because this is what CEOs do when they come in, they must do the opposite of what the last person was doing. Because if the last person wasn't successful, the opposite must be successful. And they are nixing all of the cross-platform release stuff that hasn't already had like full announcements yet. So Gears was rumored, because the Gears of War Remastered came to PS5, Gears E-Day was rumored to come to PS5 internally. There were like some leaks about that, but they hadn't officially announced it. So they came out during the presentation and said, it's going to be an Xbox console exclusive. My PC will not run this video game. My PC sucks. And I don't have an Xbox Series X, and I'm not going to buy one because consoles just keep getting more expensive. So I guess I'm not going to play this game then.
Just to correct one quick thing, I do own an Xbox Series X.
You do?
So I can play this.
What?
Yeah, he's owned it for a while. Yeah.
I've been playing shit on Game Pass for a long time. I canceled Game Pass 6 months ago.
I didn't know you had a Series X, though. I thought it was on an Xbox One.
No. I got a Series X,
dude.
No, Shay and I will be playing it.
Yeah. I will also say, and I agree with what you're saying in some capacity about Asha Sharma's stuff. I think coming out and like I made a comment in our chat, they played like inspirational corporate music behind her announcement that it's like this is going to be exclusive to Xbox or console exclusive to Xbox. Like it's like this is good news.
This is worse.
Like,
yeah, like
what are you talking about?
It's bad.
I think.
Do you know how much Xboxes are right now, Asha?
The larger conversation on
it's a banana,
console
Michael. What could it be?
games,
$15?
$10. I think there's more nuance to the exclusive conversation than we can get into on an episode where we're just talking about game announcements. But
Maybe.
What I will say is, like, I think there is nuance. I think that it's not inherently anti-consumer to have console exclusive games. However, to start down the path of allowing those things and then to retract almost immediately is not a great look. And I will throw equal shade at Sony because they're doing the same fucking thing where they brought stuff to PC 12, 18 months later, which I thought was a great strategy.
It was awesome.
That's like the right middle ground of that, because if someone wants to be in the ecosystem and playing the stuff when it comes out, they have to buy a PlayStation, but they're not missing out on playing those games at all because they can buy them on PC later. Sony's no longer doing that. That fucking sucks. At least with Xbox, you can still buy them on PC if you want to.
Right.
But for a PlayStation owner, you just can't play those games anymore. Which, again, it's been like that for 30 fucking years. I don't know why everyone's freaking out about it. Actually, I do. It's because we were starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and now the tunnel has been closed.
Uh-huh.
So I think there's a bigger conversation that I would love to have about that stuff, and where I personally believe there is some value in an exclusive. But
the last point on that is, like as Kyle mentioned, that there was a rumored PS5 version, and there still is a rumored PS5 version that, like, and no one knows what happened behind closed doors, but it's being reported that it was a last minute decision to cut that off out of PlayStation, and that there is a PS5 version of that game
hanging
that exists. And that's just money really sitting on the table. And so maybe in a year, they're like, hey, we already, I mean, the Starfield situation, the Starfield was announced for Xbox exclusively. And, we all know how that ended up.
Yeah. The thing I think is not more interesting, but equally interesting are them going back to the like play it day one on Game Pass messaging because of all the kerfuffle with Game Pass, of the price increase, the changing of the structures, etc. Asha Sharma, like, that was one of her first things as Xbox CEO. She was like, Game Pass is overpriced. We've priced ourselves out of the market. They immediately cut the price, not back to where it was, but like in the middle. So I wonder if they're going to continue to innovate on how Game Pass is structured, because if I can pay for that premium or ultimate tier of Xbox and play all of these day one games, I will resubscribe to Game Pass. I unsubscribed because they took that access away from me of paying at that whatever middle tier was. So that's where I'm in a wait and see mode. And now that I said it out loud, I actually don't know that I would pay $70 for Gears E-Day. If I was subscribing to Game Pass again, obviously I would play it, but I don't know that if I don't resubscribe to Game Pass, I don't know that I would shell out $70.
If it was on PlayStation, I would.
Yeah.
Because there are, I mean, you guys know, there are so few games that I give a shit about, actually give a shit about. A new Gears is one of those things, for better or for worse, probably for worse. But I care about playing the new Gears of War, and I can't right now. So.
Yeah. I don't have much of a physical games collection anymore, but the collection I do have is PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. I own 2 Xbox games. I'm not going to buy a physical Xbox game.
Yeah.
That's not how I consume their products anymore. It's Game Pass or nothing. Fable got a date, February 23rd, another rare example of a 2027 hard release date. They had said, I think even before the show, they had said that this game's in really good shape. They intentionally wanted to space stuff out a little bit more. So it's not 2027 because it's not ready. It's 2027 because they want to space stuff out.
I hope this is the last time we see this. I'm sick of it.
It's gotta be. They didn't the trailer for this. It was Agent Carter lady, the actress. I really like that actress, but
Haley Atwell. Yeah.
Haley Atwell. Thank you. This didn't show us anything new. It was just a bunch of narration and the same sorts of clips we've seen already. What are we doing? I get it. It needs to be here. They want to keep buzz still going about it, but it's clear they didn't have anything new to show about it. I was also very confused by the tone because this was a very serious trailer, and I thought that game was supposed to be dumb and silly because those have been the previous ones. So I don't know. I'm confused.
This one is coming out on PlayStation, to be clear.
It is still.
Yes.
Did they confirm that or like reconfirm
you
that?
can buy it on PlayStation.
I have it
right
pre-ordered for PlayStation.
That's very interesting.
Only the ones that they had already announced were coming to PlayStation are coming to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Gears was never confirmed for it.
I guess I'm kind of surprised that they didn't rescind that, though. That makes it an even weirder decision.
I mean, they would have had to like refund people's pre-orders and stuff, which would have been that would have been probably a PR bridge too far.
But even rescinding it before pre-orders went up, because pre-orders went live the day it was announced, like that on the Xbox day.
Oh,
you couldn't buy it before then.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if there really is a version of Gears that's sitting on a hard drive for PlayStation, they could have done the same thing for Fable.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that rumor isn't true. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Weird. Halo Combat Evolved got a date. It's coming out in July 28th.
I thought this showed really well. I liked how they did the Sergeant Johnson narration. I think it showed really, really well.
Looks great.
Yeah.
As someone that doesn't give a fuck about Halo, I'm still excited about this, and I will be playing this on my PlayStation, which I think will be a really fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And it is also worth mentioning all these things, like these first-party games, they gave the whole, like, play it day one on Game Pass. Like, that was a recurring thing that they kept hitting on.
State of Decay 3.
Go ahead.
Yeah, State of Decay 3. Back from the Dead, maybe.
Still happening.
That
game was announced in 2020.
Yes, it was.
And they still couldn't commit to a release date.
No, they couldn't. It was also a weird trailer. It was like, hey, here's all this combat, but not showing you any of the interest. Like they didn't show any of the interesting things about State of Decay. Like all the like colony management, the relationship management stuff, like all the questing systems or anything. It was just like, here's like an action trailer. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. Plague Tale Resonance is what I was going to shout out. That got a date for August 27th, also coming to Game Pass. I still have not played the second one.
Second one is really good. Yeah. Second one's I liked the first one. Definitely rough around the edges.
Yeah.
The second one, like a much more polished version of the first one, a little bit more variety in the combat and the scenarios and stuff. The story kind of picks up some pace. It's some interesting stuff going on there. Cool powers with the rats and all that. The second one is good. I never beat it because my computer like was running it like shit. But now I have a copy of it that I can play on my PlayStation, which I will be doing ahead of this because this one looked really, really good.
Looks awesome. Yeah. I'm very excited about it. What else? I didn't have a whole lot of other things that were highlighted for me. So what else did you guys have that you're hyped about? There was a lot of stuff here.
Yeah. Valor. Sorry, go ahead, Cody.
No, I was just going to say, not something I'm excited about, but this was a surprise that they're making another Senwa game. Cannot believe it.
That's crazy, man.
Two like very publicly did not do well.
Right.
I cannot believe that this exists. And
that's
and
crazy.
also, I mean, if it actually does come out next year, that's a pretty quick turnaround too.
Yeah.
The last one was just last year, the year before?
I don't know. I don't remember. I do wonder if, because at least like what they showed in here was the same sort of mindfuckery stuff, but I do wonder if this one is more combat focused.
They were definitely playing into that more in the trailer, yeah. And like,
so I wonder
it looked like there were a couple fights that weren't taking place in an arena.
Yeah. I wonder if that was part of the pitch of how this got approved, was making it more combat centric. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 came out in 2024. So yeah, 3,
but still
turnaround. That's great. That's fast.
Yeah. Valor Mortis got another trailer. I've had my eye on this one for a while. It's that like first person Revolutionary War Souls-like. That has like a little bit of steampunky bioorganic stuff going on. I didn't know. I guess you play as Napoleon, like a fictionalized version of Napoleon. I didn't know that. Now I know that, and I maybe am less interested.
I didn't even get that. You play as him? I thought he was just a character in the game.
No, I think you're playing as him. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Why aren't you tiny?
What?
Why aren't you tiny in the game?
Because
then?
Napoleon wasn't actually short. That was British propaganda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess he was just like a regular sized dude.
Oh man, I'm a victim of propaganda.
I know. All these years later,
he was 5'6".
Yeah,
Oh, that's
like 2 inches
pretty
shorter than
short
me.
still.
But not back then.
Yeah, dude.
People have been getting
That's
taller
true.
over time.
That's true.
I feel like that was a pretty average height back then. Not that I'm not going to defend Napoleon, but like, dude was an average height.
You are on the record. You are pro Napoleon. Clip that.
Castlevania Belmont's Curse got a release date of October 15th. That game continues to look really rad, and
Looks
I
dope.
cannot wait to play that.
You shared the cover art for the physical edition.
Yeah,
in our chat.
also looks dope.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They showed more Metro 2039. I don't need to see more. Yes, sign me up.
Yeah.
That game looks fucking dope.
It looks
supposed
so
to come out in February. They didn't give like an actual date, but they said February 2027, which is exciting.
Skylanders jokes aside, do either of you care about a new Spyro game?
Hell yeah, dude. Tom Kenny is back. I'm in.
I'm probably
It was
good.
a weird announcement because they didn't really show anything, but
yeah. What they showed was like you can kind of fly anywhere now. That's crazy new tech.
They fly now?
Spyro can just kind of fly anywhere now.
What else? Crazy Taxi World Tour.
So this is unfortunate. I guess in an interview, the developer confirmed that they have been using Gen AI for some of the art assets, which they will then replace before release. A tale as old as time. So nobody look at or buy the new Crazy Taxi game, which is a goddamn shame. We deserve a good new Crazy Taxi.
Another game showcase, another showing of Clockwork Revolution with no date.
It looks fucking great.
It looks so
dude.
good. Looks so
good.
Yeah.
Put it out.
That is also going to be an Xbox console exclusive. This is the other one. But I now have 2 games that I need to buy an Xbox for. I think if I hit 4, and I can find a deal on one, like used. If I hit 5, I might need to get one, which sucks. I don't know where.
Never been a worse time to buy one.
Yeah, it sucks out here. It's
but
bad. The world's
if you
bad.
want to get one, you could get the Xbox 25 anniversary.
I do like that one a lot,
which looks very cool. It's got that
great.
Old school early 2000s translucent plastic look.
Yeah,
the old Mac vibe. That shit needs to come back big time.
Yep.
After the Xbox showcase, Sharma and Booty came out on stage, and everyone who was there in attendance got one of those consoles.
They Oprah'd it.
Yep.
Must be nice.
Yep. That's why we got to go there.
So
guys.
mostly influencers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One other game for me at the Xbox conference was Vivarium. That's that little looks like kind of slice of lifey old like Studio Ghibli animation of that little girl, and she is friends with that big catfish guy or whatever, and it kind of pulls back, and the implication is that all of her life is happening inside this little domed vivarium. That game looks beautiful. It's like Cuphead but for Studio Ghibli. Arts execution.
Yeah,
on
I did get a good sense of what the actual game is, though.
I think it's more like an adventure game, story focused. Yeah, but it looks beautiful.
Doom the Dark Ages Revelations DLC, mostly just to give myself a pat on the back because that was a one that I expected.
You get a
spear. Looks good.
It does.
Spear looks good.
Do you play as not the Doomslayer in parts of that?
I was curious about that because you're looking for him.
Yeah, there was some black dude that kind of had Doomslayer armor on, but not the gauntlets, and then there was some first person shots of not wearing gloves.
Well, in his voiceover, he says, "We'll find the Doomslayer. He's out there somewhere." So
right. So maybe you don't play as Doomslayer.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Anything else from Xbox?
Not that I had written
A
down.
good amount of stuff there.
Yeah.
They announced Wolong 2, or I guess we already knew that they had already announced it, but we saw more about it. It's another one of those. Magicians, the Devil's Deal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, forgot about
I didn't
that.
look into who's making that, but I really like the idea. It's like a first-person combat game where you play as a magician, and it had a lot of what's that? Like the We Happy Few studio. Like a lot of that kind of energy to it. And I think Kyle, you had said it looked a lot like
it looked a lot like the Arcane games. Yeah,
it looked a lot like Arcane.
Yeah, the character design did. This
so
is cool. Who's making that one? Magicians. The
Focus Entertainment.
Yes, Focus Entertainment, and then that's the
Uppercut Games.
Uppercut Games is the developer.
Do we know them? That doesn't sound familiar.
They've made a game called Submerged, and they've made a game called City of Brass.
I know Submerged. I didn't play it, but I know that game.
Yeah, so Submerged was that that game. I think it was like a female-led studio. She came out and like talked about it at a couple presentations. I don't know City of Brass.
City of Brass is a first-person.
Oh yeah. This I think people really liked. People really liked the combat in this one. It was like a it was procedurally generated, like run-based kind of thing. You go through these. It's sort of like Prince of Persia-y, I guess, like Arabian Nights themed stuff. Procedurally generated, first person. Yeah, I think that game played pretty well. So that gives me more faith in the combat.
Well, yeah, a lot of people from Uppercut were former, like, Take-Two, BioShock people.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell that from
the
gameplay that they showed.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm interested in that one. The last thing that Microsoft showed, they closed with COD Modern Warfare 4, but exclusively their extraction mode, which was a huge bummer. And I think we all turned off the stream when we saw that that's what they were covering.
Sure. I saw a lot of people like, what is this camera angle? Like, blood. I think it was lost
because it wasn't gameplay.
Yeah, I think it was lost on people that the character you were following at first, their gameplay, they were assassinated from behind, and then they were spectating through the helmet cam of the other people on their team. I think that kind of got lost on people. And so people were like, I don't want to play this angle, whatever. It was a spectator cam, which is a really weird way to spend the rest of that gameplay segment to show it that way.
Thinking that's what the gameplay is going to be is maybe dumb. Like, why would you?
People are pretty fucking brain dead, right? People are pretty stupid, yeah.
I mean, I saw when it was happening. I was like, this is why are they showing it like this? This clearly isn't actual gameplay, live footage that we're seeing. Why showcase it like this? The idea that some people thought that was actual gameplay is maybe
like
absurd.
the helmet cam being the spectator cam is cool. Yeah, is cool.
I guess.
think you show that, and then you transition into the other person's actual perspective. You don't spend like then the next 6 minutes in the spectator helmet cam view. That was wild.
That was weird.
I will play that campaign. That campaign looks great.
Sure. Let's close out with Nintendo, which at time of recording happened this morning.
I have some PC Gamer Show stuff. Super quick.
Oh, that's what
happened after. It happened after Xbox.
Okay, we're trying to consolidate to keep us moving, brother.
Well, this will be fast. Star Trek Outposts Unknown. This is like a colony management sim with like a little bit of automation, tower defense stuff in it. That's set in the Star Trek universe. That looks kind of interesting. The Starseeker Astroneer Expeditions, the new Astroneer game, got a date. I didn't write it down though, which is not very helpful. I don't see it. Did it get a date or did it get a window? And maybe it got a window. And they showed off a little bit more of it. There's a new game called Shroom and Gloom, which is like the first part of Inscription, kind of extrapolated out into an entire game with like it's a very different kind of art style, but that kind of card-based deck building with maybe some other stuff going on. Shroom and Gloom, that looks really cool. Signet City seems like some kind of an adventure game. It's like black and white, has really cool art. Thief remastered. Thief Deadly Shadows is getting a remaster by Night Dive, which is very exciting. El Paso Elsewhere is getting a second video game, which is rad.
Really?
Yeah, they're making a second one. So that's really exciting as well. And then I have written down Exodus. I think they showed more Exodus at that. More Matthew McConaughey. What are you looking at?
You buried the lead on Signet City. Not only does it look really cool visually, but this is by the Citizen Sleeper people, brother.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Even better.
Immediately adding to wish list.
Don't talk over my Matthew McConaughey segment, Shay.
I didn't talk over it. I was reacting over it.
There was a bunch of other stuff at the PC Gaming Show. But like always, the real move with the PC Gaming Show is to watch it after it airs so you can scrub past all of the talking segments. Because that fucking guy is a problem.
He likes the sound
I cannot bear it any longer. So you gotta scrub through that one.
In terms of presentation of Showcase, I think Xbox actually had the best, just because it was a little talking at the beginning, and then it's just no talking and just
don't waste my fucking time, man. Just show me the shit.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like my age-old missing of E3, and we're never gonna get like people coming out on stage the same way, because I don't think Jeff handles that stuff well. I think a lot of the live stuff at Summer Game Fest feels marketing-y versus like developer focused-y. But I prefer, like with the Sony State of Play, where every couple of chunks there's a human being setting something up or making a little addition or whatever. And Xbox, it was just like the Asha Sharma thing at the beginning and the Matt Booty thing at the very end.
So long as it's like people at the studios that are doing that, and not this random bald guy at the PC show, or like even like the Troy Baker and whatever her name is who plays Lara Croft and at the whatever. Like they just deliver this terribly written,
wasting time,
canned jokes that just add no value. But if it's like a developer and someone talking about their game, that's totally different. And I think
I'm like it's fine. I don't need that. It doesn't do anything for me as a consumer. Like I already know, but I'm in the, like, I pay attention to the industry. When I see a video game, I know real humans made it. I don't, like, I'm not just like consume.
Yeah.
I don't need to be reminded that real people are making it.
I liked that stuff at E3 because it was like the human element. But that's not what I'm looking for specifically. For me, it's more of a pacing mechanism. Like I find if it's like an hour and a half of just trailer, it's like overstimulating. So getting just like a 30-second pocket here and there of a community manager at Sony or the executive producer of this next game, just doing a little bit of setup. I like that pacing better than, but that's probably
more of a typical that's probably more neurotypical. Whereas my brain, I like to lock in and just go and get it done and get all the information. I don't like the distractions and the pace breaking all that often. It upsets me because I'm like, just shut up and shut up. Show me the next thing so I can write it down.
I think that's just being impatient. That's not neurodivergence. That's just not being patient.
My brain doesn't like it.
Shut up.
Not impatience. No, it's not impatience. My brain doesn't like it. It's not me being. I think impatience is laziness. This is like my brain is sending unpleasant signals saying like, I have processed this information. Now feed me the next piece of information.
And it's especially bad when there's zero value add to it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Yeah. Why are you doing this? This isn't funny. It's not clever. It's not adding anything to what I'm watching. Why is this here?
Yeah.
Wasting my time.
I mean, you didn't like Nintendo CEO playing
jerking off
while
no, I didn't.
Thumb wrestle?
I
didn't. Oh.
We would Nintendo, like to play.
They kick things off with Rhythm Heaven Groove.
Hell yeah.
We've seen this a couple of times. Comes out on July 7th.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. Part of
July
this is a Nintendo
7th?
thing. Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
I have July 2nd written down on my calendar that I've had that date for a while. Did it get moved by 5 days?
I have the 2nd.
Then I must be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, it's the 2nd.
All
right.
Part of this is a Nintendo thing, but the way that they present stuff, like it's all of their narration and presentation is like
for
a
2-year-olds. Yes.
Yeah.
Here's how you count. This is what a beat
I liked
is.
it with this, again, as a pretentious drummer. Like, I like the idea of like, so it's 1, 2, 3, press. Like it's so like, how brain dead do you think we are? And are there people that really have that little rhythm that they need you to help them understand that? Maybe.
Maybe.
We saw more
the multiplayer aspect
there.
of that is cool.
Yeah.
Being able to have like you do that as a party game, that'll be fun.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah, we saw more Onimusha, more Rayman. They had a bunch of stuff of like, this is also coming to Nintendo.
The Switch 2 version. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks worse.
Early on,
that Onimusha version looks pretty rough.
Most of those versions too.
Yeah.
Orbitals got a release date September 3rd.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Big Walk got a release date, at least early access release date for August 4th.
I was surprised to see that there.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Pocopia DLC?
Yeah. What about that?
Pass?
Yeah.
The messaging was a little confusing and honestly not good, I would even say. But there is an expansion pass. You can purchase it now. It is $35. They've announced 3 DLCs to be a part of it. The first of which is Bubbly Basin, I believe it's called. It's the first new area. It's fully underwater. That comes out in August. If you don't get the DLC, there will be a free update that allows you to go underwater. So if you have water, you can build underwater and whatever. You just
probably
have access
not much to do.
Yeah, probably.
Well, the DLC, there's like an actual town, like there are the other towns in the game, or it's a zone or whatever.
Yeah, and new Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah,
right. So both of those, the free update or the first part of that expansion pass DLC, come out in August. No specific date though.
Would love to see them do a winter one in the winter. Yeah, get some ice Pokemon in the mountains or something. That would be fun.
Yeah.
What else?
Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 are getting Switch 2 releases for $70 each. Suck.
Not ideal.
My big fat
with no
thumb.
Like collection or anything, like bundle.
No, because fuck you. Because fuck you.
It's a good argument.
Nintendo uses it all the time, so it must be good. Xenoblade Genesis is the new one that's coming out.
A new one.
So there's a new one of those. So you can spend
next year.
So you can spend $210 getting caught up, and then spend another $70 when that comes out. So in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
It'll be $80 at that point because it's a new Nintendo game.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And it's a big enough game to justify it, of course. Like Mario Kart World.
You can jork off in some Switch Sports Resort.
Hell yeah, wrestling. Dude. I'm pumped about this. They have Wave Race and Pilot Wings in it.
Yeah, the Wave Race thing looks fun. The piloting thing looks fun. Holding your thing, your Switch remote like this seems fun. The thumb wrestling is maybe the least appealing or interesting game, and that's when they decided to actually show off, which was certainly a choice.
Yep, they showed
there's a lot
much of it.
A lot.
There was
an entire match that he lost.
Yeah, there's more thumb wrestling.
Do another take.
It makes him seem more relatable.
I'm just like you guys.
Yeah, just a gamer.
Guys, we can all let's go thumb wrestle on Woohoo Island. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I think I need more detail.
You don't want to fly to my island? Nothing bad's ever happened on an island.
Yikes.
Star Fox got shown off again. There's a demo out for it. I
didn't see that.
Date.
I didn't see the demo.
There's a demo out for it today. It comes out
it's
on
like
the 25th.
Like a 20-minute demo, so that's like half the video game.
half the
right?
game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe for some, the highlight of the show, there is the first Final Fantasy done in HD 2D.
Hell yeah.
Final Fantasy Resonance.
I was looking.
I'm
I could
hyped.
not find confirmation that this was at one point a mobile game, which is exciting. I was worried that this was like secretly a mobile game that's been in Japan for 3 years and they're just making a game out of it. I think this is just a new game, which is great.
Yeah.
I think.
Releasing on everything. It's not just on Nintendo on October 22nd. I was a little let down by the fucking stupid crossover stuff. Like, you bring in Cloud to do attacks. Like, let it stand on its own. But you know what?
That's how I feel.
I really like the art. I think the main character's weapon looks really cool.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about it.
Equally excited about Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh,
Kingdom Hearts 4, guys.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
That still exists.
Yeah, great. Looking forward to it.
I'm glad they showed us their Shibuya Japan level, the famous Disney movie Shibuya Japan.
Actually, that's from The World Ends With You. The DS game.
Oh, it is.
That's
the
world that he's in. Yeah, so thank you. You guys just don't understand Kingdom Hearts. That's what it is. So.
I don't. I really don't.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
I have watched 15 hours of YouTube videos explaining Kingdom Hearts. I don't know what the fuck it means, bro.
It takes a pretty high IQ to get, so I understand.
Yeah,
that's why I'm looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm excited.
Are you also excited about the Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 collection that they're releasing that uses AI generated images as the cover art?
It's pretty cool.
Pretty awesome stuff. Small indie studio.
Cool.
Can't afford artists.
Yep.
Small studio. Pretty cool. Yep. Pretty good stuff. Donald has more fingers on one hand than the other hand. His beak is all fucked up, and Sora's hand is all fucked up.
Sora's hand
the clock in the background is all like whoopy.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
That's just because it's the Heartless, bro. Like it's like
oh yeah.
The Heartless are an analogy for AI, dude. Like
it's actually it's a different timeline. It's Aqua and like she's actually she's the. It's like you remember like the clock from Beauty and the Beast. It's like that's like him. And
Aqua. Aqua.
No, the villain in this one is Aqua Infinity. That's AI. It's all a big analogy for taking down AI.
She's been possessed by Organization 13.
Yes.
And Aqua, they got
she's
Aquafina
gay now.
the
She
player.
got blue hair, so she's definitely gay. Like,
gotta have blue hair.
Honestly, though, I'm looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm all in.
Rarely do you disappoint me, my friend. Rarely.
I think I am in the near future going to play Kingdom Hearts with my children. I was listening to my girly pop playlist and Simple and Clean came on and it got me thinking about Kingdom Hearts and I was telling my kids about it and they were like blown away by the idea of all of these different Disney worlds. So I think I'm going to play Kingdom Hearts with my kids.
Tell them they only made
game. There's one.
Tell them they only made one video game.
Yeah.
This is your responsibility. You're the adult. You need to save them.
One other thing I want to shout out before the final is Splatoon Raiders.
Looks sick.
They had already announced this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't quite know that this was a thing.
I didn't quite know what the game was yet. And so seeing what it is, I think it looks pretty awesome. I'm excited.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Third-person shooter. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, spraying that ink, bro. They also showed off a new Dragon Quest Monsters game, which I've never played those. They're basically Pokemon.
But they're fucking ugly little freaks.
I know.
Yeah, they're like great value Digimon even.
Yes.
It's pretty wild.
And it's like there's like a mummy.
Yeah.
Like many of them are not even
it's because
creatures.
they're the enemies from Dragon Quest and
I know.
Those enemies are just really stupid.
And they've been around for like 40 years and it's been the same ones.
Right.
Yes.
This one was like in a little sizzle reel, and I feel like it was missed, but I'd never seen it before. It's a little game called Everbloom. It's like a little third-person, cute art style sort of not life sim, but like a farming, crafting with your friends game where you play as these cute little animals. I thought it looked really charming. I thought the art was really nice in it, and it's the kind of game that I would play with Kara or whoever. So Everbloom is a cute little one that was in there. And then the end of the show. The last
Legend
5
of Zelda,
seconds.
Ocarina of Time remake coming out this year, apparently. Why didn't they show us more if that's the case?
Because they had to show him jerking off, Shay. They showed more of that fucking thumb wrestle game than they did
bro.
Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. On one hand, if that's all you got to show us, I don't believe it's coming out.
That's
this
what
year.
I'm saying.
But
How
on
is
the
it
other,
coming out this year?
On the other, they don't often announce dates and delay. Nintendo truly first party stuff very rarely gets delayed.
True.
So I don't know.
It'll be getting its own dedicated direct sometime soon. It has to. Maybe in August or something, and then it's like a late end of the year release, because that's the kind of thing that is like, if
they'll release it in November.
Yeah, if it comes out in November,
it'll come out the
it's
day
not,
after GTA 6.
Yeah, like it's not gonna get hurt by anything else, and it's
Zelda has the legs to release whenever. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
GTA 6 isn't coming out on Switch 2, to my knowledge, so they don't really have a competitor there.
It's true. A competitor.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now you got it.
Right. So yeah, that was Nintendo. I was not surprised, but maybe bummed that we didn't see Pokemon there. I'm sure they will do more in the fall, maybe heading into next year. But I maybe would have hoped to see like a little teaser or a new zone or something, given the opportunity of showing stuff off. But I also feel like they did have a lot to show. It was a lot of third party stuff, but they did have a lot in this direct.
Nintendo wants all of your money, as much as they can get.
Yeah, no, I mean there were
which is dissimilar to most businesses.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just, I feel like some people sometimes think Nintendo is their friend. I think people need to be reminded it's a corporation.
I was surprised by getting of all of the places it could have been, and it was only at Nintendo. Both Big Walk getting a date there versus anywhere else.
Yeah.
And even showing off any Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
I would never have expected that to be a Nintendo.
That's true.
Agreed.
I was pretty surprised by like what they had for their own show.
Yeah. That's true.
And a lot of semi-recent stuff coming to Switch 2.
Yeah.
How well it runs or looks yet to be seen, but they're making more of a concerted effort with the Switch 2 than they have historically of getting third-party stuff, AAA stuff.
I mean, technologically, it is more competitive to the current consoles than the Switch 1 was to its contemporaries, so it makes a little more sense, but...
And it was like the Dragon's Dogma 2 trailer, we were like, how are they getting this to run on Switch 2? It didn't look amazing.
No.
It was okay.
It was definitely running at like 480p resolution, but like...
Yeah.
Capcom's doing magic with their game engines somehow. I don't know how they're doing that shit to get it all to run on there. Because like RE9 famously runs super well on Switch 2. I bet Onimusha will run really well, even if there are some sacrifices to be made visually. It's just, I don't know, it's impressive.
Yeah. Let's close this thing down. Maybe for fun's sake. Do either of you have like your September, October release schedule of all the shit that's coming out in those 2 months now?
Yeah.
Because like most of it was announced at these shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of it.
For me, September is Orbitals, Blood of Dawnwalker, Control Resonant, Silent Hill Townfall, Valor Mortis, and Onimusha.
Also in September, Phantom Blade Zero and Marvel's Wolverine.
I have Wheelmates, which is like a co-op RC car game, which looks like a lot of fun. And Minecraft Dungeons 2, I'll probably check out as well. That was announced.
The game Paperhead is coming out in September as well. October. I don't know that I'll get that or not though. October for me, my physical copy of Darwin's Paradox is supposed to come in October, and it's like that game's not getting played for 3 years. Dynasty Warriors 3 complete. End of Abyss. I would love to play the new Ace Combat, but I want to play the other ones first. So again, play that game in 5 years. Gears of War E-Day, can't play on release. Star Wars Galactic Racer I will be getting. There's a small game called Tenebrous Somnia, which is like a little horror game that looks pretty cool that I might check out. Then there's Final Fantasy Resonance and Call of Duty 4.
Rayman Legends also is October.
I have a game called Neverway.
Yeah,
Neverway
I have
doesn't
that in
have
October too.
Yeah,
but
It doesn't have. Yeah, it doesn't have a date.
Belmont's Curse is the 15th of October.
Okay.
End of Abyss is October. Did you say that one, Kyle?
Yeah, October 1st.
Yep. Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
Busy couple of months.
Yeah.
All right. What? Not doesn't need to be like a literal top 5, but like what are like 3 to 5 things that were y'all's favorite things at the show, new or previously announced? Just like the 3 to 5 games you're most excited about.
Resident Evil,
Cody?
Veronica, Laufey, and Zelda.
Laufey is up there for me. Last Ronin, which is weird to say just because we know nothing about it, but like
Platinum.
I'm very excited that that's still happening. Metro. Those are probably my 3.
Resident Evil Veronica, Alien Isolation 2, Stellar Blade, like it knocked me on my ass. Like the combat looks so fucking fun. That is a surprise for me.
Yeah.
That I'm drawn to the combat in that way. Ill, I think showed really well, even though I know it's all fake. Clockwork, God, man, I want to play Clockwork. Vivarium was a big surprise. Metro continues to look incredible. Gears, I want to play Gears.
Other surprises.
Those are probably the main ones.
I want to shout out Magicians again.
Yeah,
the Magicians, the Devil's Deal. That was a big out of nowhere surprise that looks potentially interesting. Spyro. We talked about that in our predictions episode. That was a surprise.
Yeah, the Cuphead, the 2-banger Cuphead announcement is a big surprise. I think that's a ton of fun. Where is it on my list? Shit. I lost it. Shit. I don't know. The new Plague Tale game.
That had already been announced, though.
Yeah, but like I didn't know it was going to look like that.
Yeah.
Sort of on the other hand of surprises, I was surprised at State of Play there was no release date for Kena, this Kena sequel. Really felt like that trailer they released earlier this year would set up for a release date announcement. So I wonder if that's not coming out this year. From what they showed, I don't remember if they had said 2026 or not, but it looked pretty. I mean, I would assume that game would have come out this year, but I guess
at this point, I feel like I would be surprised if anything else gets a release date for this year at this point.
Yeah. Kena is a game that benefits from not coming out this year.
Yeah.
Like Kena is a game that benefits from having a little bit of vacuum around it.
From Nintendo Direct, I guess not entirely surprising considering there was a Zelda there, but no Mario announcement. It is also It's unfortunate that, the NES came out with all of the, what would become staple IPs for Nintendo, because all of them celebrate their anniversaries in the same year, but you can't, you can't give us all of those at once. So that's probably why there was no Mario. Plus, a lot of that team worked on Bonanza. So, how quickly they can spin up another Mario game, I don't know, but also a bummer. The last one I had as a surprise of a no-show. I really thought Hello Games would be there with Light No Fire. I really thought that they would show more of that, but I guess it's still cooking.
My biggest surprise omission, Xenosaga Trilogy.
I thought this would be the year.
This was gonna carry that.
This was supposed to be the year.
This was the one. Yeah, bummer.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked that we didn't see it, but I feel like it's bad news that we didn't see it. Judas not being there.
The Blade game.
Is that game gonna happen? Oh, I'm not surprised at all that Blade wasn't shown. That game's gonna get canceled for one, but they clearly had just started pre-production when they announced it. Judas, they've done multiple rounds of preview coverage for that game.
Yeah.
For me personally, very disappointed that At Fate's End wasn't there, the new Thunder Lotus game. Selfishly, both because I love Spiritfarer and the stuff that they've done, but secondarily, that's on my Fantasy Critic roster, which is looking bad for me right now. I have 3 games that I drafted that have been pushed to 2027. So we will be doing a second round of our Fantasy Critic draft in the next week-ish from when this video goes live. Make sure you check that out. I'm going to be fucking half-court shots, brother. I need some threes. I got to catch up.
Yeah. We all get to drop something, right? At the beginning of that.
I don't remember what rules we set up, but I'm happy to drop one of my games.
But it can't be something with a confirmed release date. So if it's something that's been confirmed to not be releasing in this
or has been counterpicked,
right?
You can't
I think that was our rule. If it has a confirmed date, a rating, or it can't be I don't know.
But maybe... Pokemon Wind and Waves, that one doesn't have a date.
Well, it's not this year. Yeah, I mean it does.
Right.
It doesn't have a date, but it has a window.
I don't know. We need to review.
Yeah, we'll flesh that out. Yeah,
we'll review what we said.
Great.
But we all get to drop something.
We'll review what we said to make sure I get screwed. Okay.
Correct.
I know
will not be
going.
losing this year. Yeah, we all get to drop something, and then we get to fill out the rest of our rosters, including one more counter pick.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting.
That'll be fun. Yeah. Make sure you tune in for that. And then we got more stuff. We'll be doing more streams, more game selects, all the good content. But that's going to do it for our Summer Game Fest 2026 recap. Drop a comment. What are you hyped about? What surprised you? What were you expecting to see but you did not see? And maybe we'll see it at some other point this year. But probably not. No other video games will get announced. Everything is going dark until post GTA 6.
Yeah, until the Game Awards.
All right. Thanks, Cody and Kyle. Thank you all for watching. And we'll be back with some more video game stuff. Peace out.